Okay, April 2020, and here is an update on my model railway. So, the main railway itself is a big U-shaped thing, about 23 feet or 20 feet-ish by 10 feet in a U-shape, with a spiral down to a lower level parking lot or storage yard. So, let's have a look at the lower level. Okay, so here is the storage yard, 11 rows, each capable of holding some pretty long trains, up to about 10 coaches or 24 MGR hoppers. Let's fire up a train. So, yeah, it's going around a loop so it can head back towards the spiral, the helix. There it is, moving in the background of the storage yard. And let's just head over to the spiral. Here we are heading up the spiral. Goes up to about 1.5 feet all told. And here we are ascending to the top level. It's going to come and join what will be the scenic bit. There'll be a bridge, and that's the point where it joins the circuit for the main part of the layout. We'll come back to that. So here's the control panel that controls all the tracks on the main level. So down here we've got the train coming in from the lower level. So I'll flip that up. Yep. And points are not yet wired up, but yep, we're good to go. So let's now let it come down to the main level. This section is going to be on an embankment, or both sets of tracks will be on embankments. Many of you will recognize the old club layout viaduct with a pair of Model Lux viaducts or bridges I've built behind. And then we're heading into what will be a pair of loops on either side of the main line. So we're going to go and park this guy in one of the loops. Presto. So the storage yard has a pen and contact thing for all the points down below. The upper level isn't yet wired up with point motors, but that's the next task. I've been a little diverted with getting a few trains up and running lately, including this one. A collection of wagons, mixture of ready-to-run, ancient Hornby and kit-built stuff. It's going to be sort of a kind of a scrappy sort of ballast come engineer's train. And yes, it's running with 3-link couplings. Over the viaduct. Over the 2 main lines. still working on these wagons. Sounds like one of them's got a little derailment. Anyway, off on the main line between the loops. Into the tunnel, or what will be the tunnel. And onto the bowstring viaducts. Another section that is going to be an embankment. So I've been putting a fair bit of time into getting these wagons with 3-link couplings running reliably. Yeah, it takes a bit of effort, but we're getting there. So let's halt in by the signals. And so, a few wagons at the front with regular type couplings. And we move along part way. And can you see that? I'll take some pictures and include them separately. But these are instanter type couplings. Are they clearly visible? And these are working really good. And they're from a jewelry store. More about that in a minute. So another project I've been working on and getting diverted from the railway itself is this train of 12-ton vans. The sort of the idea is it's a early 80s, mid 80s sort of departmental van train. So there's a collection of vans from all kinds of sources. Bachmann, Daypol, there's even some old Hornby ones in there. Parkside kits, ratio kits. And I've been repainting them, getting them ready for new transfers. Some 12-ton vans there. Some van wides. I'm told there's currently 31 wagons in the train, and 2/3 of them are running happily on the same instanter type couplings. So coming up next, we've got everything wired up happily with all of these switches. Thank you very much, Alan. I believe these came from you. To control the different sections of track. So that's the upper level again. And next is wiring up the point motors. So I've got another control panel next to it, ready to go. Little nails tapped in for choosing routes at each point. And that's the next big task ready to undertake. There's already about 1,400 feet of wire underneath the railway. And here's the stash of wire that's ready to go for wiring up the point motors. So scenic stuff is coming soon. It's kind of next after the point motors. So I've now got both of the viaducts in place. There's a heavily reworked and repainted viaduct from the old club layout. A pair of laser cut kits for bowstring viaducts. Piers there, and little approach sections of bridge. Daniel, you might recognize the girders I bought from you, and some abutments that are going to take their place below them there. So this is coming into what's going to be the depot or engine shed area, and currently sort of working area. Got some track roughly laid down to sort of give me an idea of space and possibilities for where that will be. This is all just loosely laid track. Well, just plonked down. There's 2 loops on either side of the main line, and there's a little yard of 4 sidings back there with a crossover line that allows you to change direction and head back on the different line. So the idea is with the helix you can come up, join the up main, go around a few times, change direction over to the down, and then head back down the helix to the storage yard. So I've been getting tunnel entrances in place. There's going to be sort of a brick backdrop to the few sidings there. Train will disappear into the tunnel to do its 180, and the same over here with a 180 going through the tunnel. Tunnel entrance is roughed in place, and then the line leading up to the helix will go under a bridge roughly here and in a cutting and disappear down below. So that's kind of where things are at with the railway. Point motors left to do, close to getting started on the scenic study.